At Minnesota, they have everything from a Heisman to a Nagurski in their rich legacy, and today in Minneapolis, the Golden Gophers hope to add another memorable chapter. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Cornhuskers will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So Nebraska's offense takes the field. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you've got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense is one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country. I'm surprised they even have goal line in their playbook. What are we doing?
Right back to it. That's just causing wreckage in the secondary. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Nebraska's had a lot of guys to feed over the years. Mike Rozier, Roger Craig, I am hip. But you don't know who's going to get it with this running attack.
Yeah, but I do know this, Reese. Whoever gets it is going to run the football physical. And Nebraska is going to be very happy. Their fan base will be jacked if they establish the physical ground game, because that's who they are.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Gonna run it. It's concrete. Hey, that's a live ball. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's raining, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier, it gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the ref.
First down for this offense. He'll keep it himself. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Golden Gophers headed quickly to the line.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
There's a very high standard and a high bar when you're playing defense at Nebraska. You always hear people talk about the black shirts. Well, this guy right here, he fits into that because of his speed. You saw on that blitz, they had no shot at blocking him. He's able to get home to the quarterback to come up with a massive sack.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the returner will be knocked down. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Ball security always paramount. That football must be riveted to your rib cage, Jesse, and it wasn't last time.
And look, he knows that happens again. He's going to find himself on the sideline. So this is going to be a dude very motivated to make some plays on this drive.
Yeah, and I think it's frustrating, but you got to put it behind you. You got to move on. And this offense has to go through him anyways. You got to be able to run the football and have some balance.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
They've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers in green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast. And you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
The Huskers are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to slam it in. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. And the Huskers want to crank the tempo. They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. And early in this one, they're having issues again keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Moving out of the pocket. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. The Golden Gophers line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looking for a block. It's Dahl. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They'll run play action. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know him well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
The Cornhuskers will line it up on 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Moncrief. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Oh, gave the defender the business. Knocked off his feet, but not before he picks up 6 yards down to the 10.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Little touch pass to the receiver. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. The Huskers look to keep this drive humming. Motion from the offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Trying to get to him. They're setting up the screen. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia Tech will need to mount a comeback, but those fans that were there when Calvin Johnson was a 2-time All-American know this game is not over. They're trailing by 10 to Louisville. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give him a 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Golden Gophers come to the line in the hurry-up.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every weekend. Let's continue to work here and find something we do good, build maybe a little bit of momentum, so next week we play a little bit better football.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need...
And the defense gets to the quarterback. Just making life miserable for opposing quarterbacks the way Trev Alberts always did.
Yeah, just finding a guy that can sniff out the quarterback and kind of feel it, have those instincts. You could tell he saw it, went and got it, just like your boy Trev Alberts, Reese.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. The Golden Gophers decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. A high kick trying to pen them deep. Slips through the line, and the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. He's looking to throw it. Quickly complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Leaves it with the running back. Him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They're trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen him had a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. Sean Payton used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down, if you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good. First down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to move it through the air. Finds the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. He's looking to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And the Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Makes a move. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Use the play fake, now to throw. Scrambling away. He's got it. A little excitement there to wrap up the 1st half, and that'll pad the stats as we go to the break. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, Rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise we saw just that in the first half today. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can...
Running toward the tape. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And what a huge play for the offense. Hitting that throw not only is big for their confidence, but it also flips the field.
They want to throw it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him and make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building. You get everybody really, really quiet. It's a great feeling.
And this defense is defending its goal line. Back-to-back stops right in the shadow of their own goalpost. They'll go with a direct snap. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. The give to the tailback. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Going with the ground game left. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Hold it, open.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Give to the running back. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. Those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Soft spot in the middle. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air on first down. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And those corner routes, those quarterbacks need to throw the ball with some air and put it towards the sideline, away from the defender. You can tell a little bit maybe underthrown. The defender doing a good job sticking.
looking deep. And it's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Nebraska! And once he got loose, it was all over. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Georgia Tech will need to mount a comeback, but those fans that were there when Calvin Johnson was a two-time All-American know this game is not over. They're trailing by 10 to Louisville. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Snags it quickly on the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Golden Gophers want to move quickly. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this first down.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you can tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle from this.
And this is really the story of the game. This offense has no chance in the passing game because they cannot protect the quarterback. All game long, he's been under duress. You got to give the defense time to play.
And the Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's off. At the 45 on his way. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. He's going to pass. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
The give from the gun. And they pick up just one. It'll be 3rd and 9.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. It's good.
The kick is good. That makes it Nebraska 21, Minnesota 10.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
He wants to throw here on second down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. He completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
Going up top on first down. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. He unleashes a long one. And he makes the grab at the 20. Touchdown, Huskers! What a grab and go for the score. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter. I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
They'll throw it on first down. Pressure coming. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
Brings up second down.
Line getting set on second down. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as.
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Quarterback quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Freeman. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. With the catch, it's Peters. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
On second down, he'll fire. He's looking deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, the defense is starting to figure it out, I think. It's taken him some time. This guy already has 2 touchdown catches. That time, though, they were in a better position in coverage to force the incompletion.
He makes the connection. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Ripping through the defense. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns. He's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabs it in the middle. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Quarterback checking off. He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires to the right. Got him, and nobody's close. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you've got the...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense...
And And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Golden Gophers in the hurry up.
Second down coming up.
They move the tight end all over. Looking to throw on second down. He'll heave it deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Getting some heat. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's picked off. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. And the Huskers are threatening in the red zone. On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. Tackled after picking up the first down.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Offense trying to pay it off on second and goal. Here's the handoff. Touchdown, Nebraska! And the stomping has commenced. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
Yeah, and I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll throw it. Quick strike complete. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. And the Golden Gophers will have it first and 10. He wants to throw. Slings it downfield. And that pass intercepted.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, David.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get the dub.
Trying to find his man on first down. Dances away from the heat. He'll get rid of it. Got it. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. Some might have the philosophy to milk the clock. Others have this philosophy. Just keep going at them.
Yeah, until you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep...
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Number 32 in the end zone.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. South Carolina somehow, some way, found a way there in Columbia and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Fires on the move. Snagged in the middle. It's Amatova. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. They'll throw it on first down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.